By the end of this video, you'll know how to cook any cut of beef. Yes, even the tough cuts. These tough cuts are larger and they're usually less expensive, which is a good thing. They're filled with connective tissue, collagen, and that sought-after, glorious intermuscular fat. 9 times out of 10, these cuts are destined to be braised, slow roasted, sous vide, or even ground up. With a little effort and a touch of know-how, you'll be able to harness the charry, primal flavors of the grill to cook what would usually take hours in literally minutes. All right, so this is a full packer brisket, right? It's a classic tough cut. I chose it because a lot of us have experience with briskets, whether it be braised or smoked, and it's just a pretty popular all-around cut that you can pretty much get anywhere these days. The principles and techniques that we're gonna cover in this video can be done with any tough cut of beef. It does not have to be brisket. Step 1 in the tenderizing process is to trim any and all excessive fat from the beef. We want to try to avoid any large chunks of fat because they're going to cause flare-ups on the grill, giving the meat an acrid taste, and they can be chewy. Nobody wants a mouthful of pure fat, so trim it off. And any of the silver skin, get rid of that too. Again, it can be chewy. No matter what cut you're using, I recommend cutting it into a smaller piece to make it more manageable to slice. If you're using a cut with bones, go ahead and remove those bones and any surrounding sinew or cartilage. Step 1, trim the fat. Step 2, we need to slice the meat. And we need to manually tenderize the meat by cutting it against the grain. No matter what cut you're using, make sure to cut it against the grain. For a brisket, it's very, very, very simple to see where the grain is going. So we're gonna cut against that. Use a lengthy, sharp knife to make long single strokes across the grain of the muscle, aiming for about 1/6 of an inch thick strips. Try to cut the beef from the knife's heel to its tip all the way down. Doing this is going to give you nice, unchunked strips. Step 3 is more manual tenderization. Basically, we're gonna take a meat mallet, hammer all the beef out to make it super flat and tender. Most mallets have a flat side and a medieval torture device looking side. Use that one. We're gonna be a little more aggressive here. Lay your strips down, then cover with plastic wrap and go to town. Bash away until the meat is noticeably flatter and each piece has been hit all over. All right. Now we get to flip them all over and do it again. So this manual tenderization is one way that we can make our beef pleasant to eat. Style points. But to really take our beef to tender town, we're gonna need to get molecular. Before we go on, I'd like to thank this video sponsor, Beef It's What's for Dinner, on behalf of the National Beef Checkoff. We are very lucky to have some of the best beef on earth right here in the United States. So whether you're making one of my recipes or a recipe from beefitswhatsfordinner.com, you're in for a good time. All right, let's get back to the brisket. To a non-reactive medium-sized bowl, add in your soy sauce, brown shugs, Korean pepper paste or gochujang as it's called, apple juice, toasted sesame oil, garlic, black pepper, kosher salt, and this. The third way we're gonna tenderize this beef is by marinating it. No matter what type of marinade you're using, the most important part of it, the part that's gonna actually tenderize your beef, is acid. Things like citrus juice, vinegars, or other acidic ingredients work here too. Whisk away until all the ingredients are smoothly incorporated, then pop in your beef slices. Really make sure to massage the marinade into that beef. We want all of that acid and those flavorings to really treat the brisket. Really make sure all that marinade gets in there, that marinade. Now cover the brisket and allow it to marinate for 1 to 3 days in the fridge. I wouldn't go any longer than 3 days or the beef could get a little mealy and unpleasant from exposure to that acid. So, 1 day, 2 days is good. Alright, time to hit the grill. You can cook the beef over any type of grill, but I always lean towards using charcoal because I dig the smoky, summery flavors that it imparts. Get the grill nice and hot however you gotta do that, then lay the strips of beef on top the grates. We aren't going for any specific temperature here because of the thin nature of our beef slices, so just use your eyes and ears to cook the beef over medium-high heat until it's taken on some nice color and char marks. And don't be afraid to pull a piece directly off the flames to check your work, gotta make sure quality is right. Okay, so from here it's a choose-your-own-adventure situation. You can leave the pieces as is, or you can slice them up into bite-sized strips like I'm doing here. My marinade is Korean barbecue inspired, so I'm serving this up with some good old white rice and a simple scallion salad. So this is exactly how I would serve it. Humble, no fussy plating, a little bit of rice, So brisket, what would traditionally take a few hours, took only a few minutes. It's tender, it's nice because of all of those things that we did to it. And very tasty. I hope this video acts as the key to unlock these secrets to basically be able to grill whatever you want when it comes to beef. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. If you're not new here, welcome back. What's good? How you doing? Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So until next time, later. The child needs meat. Tender enough for the boy. And you know he doesn't always eat my food.